You spent your first years at the center of an enormous operation. People fed you, carried you, lost sleep over you. They celebrated your first steps and photographed everything. You remember none of it. Try right now. Reach back for your earliest memory. Most people hit a wall somewhere around age 3. Everything before it is just gone. Not blurry, gone. An entire chapter of your life sealed off completely. This is not a personal failing. It happens to almost everyone. It has a name: childhood amnesia. For over a century, the smartest people could not explain it. Today, we can, and the answer is stranger than simple forgetting. Stay to the end. The reason you forgot is why you turned out fine. And some of your earliest memories are, almost certainly, fake. First, be precise. It's not that babies cannot form memories. A 1-year-old remembers faces, learns words, finds the snacks. Babies are learning machines. And there was someone home much earlier than that. A newborn knows its mother's voice within hours of birth. It spent months hearing it from inside the womb. Babies cry differently for hunger, pain, and loneliness. This is not a blank creature waiting to switch on. The experience was real. Somebody was in there. And yet, years later, the baby cannot retrieve it. The memories were made. Then they vanished. It's not a recording that never happened. It was taped over. The first famous attempt came from Sigmund Freud. He coined the term childhood amnesia over a century ago. He said we repress those memories, full of awkward desires. Bold theory. Also, as far as we can tell, completely wrong. The real answer isn't emotional, it's structural. It comes down to a brain still under construction. Reason 1. The filing system isn't built yet. Recallable memories depend on a region called the hippocampus. In a baby, the hippocampus is still developing. It's adding new neurons at a furious rate. And that very growth may be what erases the memories. A growing brain constantly reorganizes its own filing cabinet. New memories get made, but the shelves keep rebuilding underneath. Researchers watched this in animals. Boost growth, lose memories. The forgetting isn't a bug. It's the machine being assembled. Reason 2. You had no words. A lot of adult memory is stored as narrative, a story you can tell. Before language, you couldn't file experiences as stories. A memory with no narrative is very hard to retrieve. You were there. You just couldn't take notes. Reason 3, the deepest. You had no self to remember. Autobiographical memory needs a stable sense of me. A self as a continuous person moving through time. Babies don't have this yet. It develops gradually. You can't store your life story until you're a character in one. Put those 3 together and the wall makes sense. The memories didn't fail. There was nowhere yet to keep them. Now, the twist. Those years still left a trace. The deepest trace of all. You can't remember learning your language, but you speak it. You can't recall being comforted 1,000 times. But whether the world feels safe was shaped right there. Psychologists call it implicit memory. You lost the footage. You kept the edit. Here's the eerie part. The alarm system comes online earlier. A fear or a moment of safety can leave a residue with no story. An adult tenses in a certain room and can't say why. Or feels strangely calm at one specific smell. The emotion kept the experience, even when the story didn't. And a lot of that filing happened while you slept. A newborn sleeps 16 to 18 hours a day. Far more of it in dreaming, active sleep than any adult. For a long time, that looked like a quirk. Now it's the point. Those hours weren't for saving individual memories. They installed the software everything else would run on. How faces work, how voices work, how objects behave. The baby sleeping 18 hours wasn't wasting time. It was building your operating system. So the years you can't remember quietly built you. But here's the uncomfortable flip side. Some years you think you remember didn't happen that way. Picture your second birthday. There's a photo. Relatives told you the story 100 times. Your brain built a scene from that photo and that story, and filed it in the same drawer as real memories. Now it feels like a memory. It has the texture of one, but you're replaying a reconstruction, not an experience. Researchers even planted invented events into people. From the inside, the fake ones feel exactly as real. So try this. Take the earliest memory you have. Did it always come to you on its own? Or is there a photo, a story the family retells? For a lot of people, honestly, they can't be sure. Part of your earliest life may be a story you were told. This also explains why the wall isn't in the same place. Some have a memory from age 2, others nothing before 6, and it isn't random. Cultures that do lots of memory talk grow earlier memories. Parents asking, "Remember when we went to the sea?" In one study, one group's earliest memory came 6 months later. Memory, it turns out, is partly a social skill. Rehearse it out loud, and it starts sooner. Women report slightly earlier, more detailed early memories, though exactly why is still argued over. And we're bad at dating these memories anyway. People place their earliest memory later than it happened, so your first memory is probably younger than you think. The baby did the most important work of your life, learning to trust, to speak, to move, to love. Then it handed you the result and deleted the receipts. You're a project finished by someone you'll never meet, yourself. Time for the verdict. Being a baby from the memory department, the experience, foundational, constant, overwhelming, the documentation, automatically deleted, the records, permanently sealed, and a few quietly forged. The refund policy. You can't even remember to complain. Final rating, 3 stars. You lost the memories, but kept everything that mattered. Although, credit where due. It's a strangely kind design. The most helpless, undignified years you never have to remember. Nature gave you a clean slate on purpose. And next time on the channel, we do something different. One rock hit Earth 66 million years ago. It deleted the dinosaurs. But what if it had missed? We run the tape forward. It's weirder than monster movies. See you then.